All right, I'm not right about everything, but when I'm right, I am right. These GNX rap features are thoroughly embarrassing Kendrick Lamar right now. Something I predicted. This is why I say there should have been different rap features on here, but we'll get to that later. From Lefty Gunplay to Hitta J3 to Dodie 6, these guys are just, I don't think, in my opinion, these guys are taking proper advantage of the golden alley-oop that they were given by being featured on GNX as relatively unknown rappers, right? Let's get to this first clip. Lefty Gunplay gets kicked off of Shoreline Mafia's tour. What they talking about? Hey y'all, I am a one-man show. I record, edit the video myself, create the thumbnail, everything. So hitting like and subscribe does help a bunch. Thanks so much. Back to the video.
So Lefty Gunplay says he was taken off a tour from a guy called Peysoh, which I know Peysoh, and another guy.
Peysoh is also a feature on GNX. He seems to be doing well for himself. So shout out to Peysoh. It's not all negative, right?
I was on the Shoutout Mafia tour, bro. On the hood. I don't know who took me off that tour. I apologize, bro, for whatever way I disrespected you, bro.
So Lefty Gunplay, he confirms that he was kicked off of this tour with Shoreline Mafia. Shoreline Mafia is a pretty big rap group from LA. They've been going for maybe a decade now. Shoreline Mafia has been going on. Lefty Gunplay is given this great look to be on Shoreline Mafia's tour, probably off the strength of GNX. It's not like Lefty Gunplay went on GNX and rapped a verse. He said like 3 or 4 words, and he's getting all this good press, all these good opportunities off of this. And what happens? He gets kicked off the tour. But why?
Did they tell you why they took you off?
Yeah, because I'm crazy. I completely understand. I'm a liability.
He says he got kicked off of Shoreline Mafia's tour because he's crazy and because he's a liability. Before I go in, I'm gonna let him finish.
Everybody's scared their venue's gonna get shot up, or
Right.
But it's haters, bro.
What, how old is Lefty Gunplay? 29 years old, right?
31.
At the age of 31 years old, I feel like there's no sympathy for I'm a liability.
Yeah.
Now, I can
Yo, that's facts. Well, Flacco's saying it's facts. Go ahead and cook.
understand, but if you're 31 and actively acting a certain way and actively doing certain things and pushing certain lines, then there's no sympathy. A tour that's that professional, a tour that's that big, you should look at yourself and say, yo, why am I a liability? I mean,
Right. But who didn't see this coming? See, a lot of people did not know who these features were on GNX when the album came out. This is your first time hearing of pretty much everybody on this album in terms of rap features. This is your first time hearing a Lefty. This is your first time hearing of AZ Chike. So to some people, they're like, oh, just give him a chance, this and that. A guy like me, what did I say? And y'all called me wrong for this. I said, why is Kendrick giving these types of people light? It makes no sense. They are spreading degeneracy is what I said. And we'll get to what I said, but let's continue on Lefty Gunplay. So all this happens. He gets kicked off a tour. He's self-admittedly crazy. He's a liability. People are worried that things are going to happen at the shows because of the type of things he's perpetuating. He says it's just haters, but he also acknowledges that he's also a liability. This comes after Lefty removes the gunplay from his name. So he's not even Lefty Gunplay anymore. He's just Lefty. There is supposed to be this changing of mindset, changing of the guard that happens because Lefty Gunplay removes the gunplay from his name. But obviously it is not happening.
From an addict to an addict, just drop the pookie, compa. Just drop it, stop the drugs. You could tell you're beamed up right there. And
So he says, yo, from an addict to an addict, I don't do drugs. I don't smoke or drink from this guy's perspective. He says, yo, I do pookie, you do pookie. I could tell you're on drugs, so put the drugs down. Again, this is who was given the golden layup. This is who Kendrick decided, yo, we need more of this. We need the people to see and hear more of this type of man, more of this type of music. So I'm gonna put him on one of my albums. The Kendrick albums, which are known for being these huge statement pieces. Yeah, Lefty Gunplay, that's what we need. This man says here, yo, from an addict to an addict. So he acknowledges he's an addict. And he says, yo, I don't know if he knows Lefty Gunplay to call him an addict, but he says, yo, we know you're an addict. We can tell you're off drugs. And on this interview, some would say the demeanor is the same.
What's the meaning behind that, and what got you to that point?
I like Kendrick Lamar and just maturity and, you know, how far do you want to take it? How serious are you? And instead of just, you know, getting mad at me.
Right.
Other states get mad at me because I'll be saying the West is up.
Yeah, the West ain't up. Kendrick Lamar is up. Y'all were supposed to be up next. Based off the alley-oop, again, I'm gonna always keep referring back to this alley-oop in this video. Based off this alley-oop, I don't know, again, I'm gonna get to my main point that I'm making here, but I don't know why Kendrick picked these rap features. I don't know why he picked them. To me, they seem like favors. Like he was doing a favor for somebody. It doesn't seem like a musical choice to pick these random ass people, right? And these people who spread pure degeneracy in their music and outside of their music, right? But Lefty Gunplay, he's saying what the fans want to hear. Oh yeah, I'm doing this because of Kendrick, because of maturity, da da da. Really, he probably couldn't get booked at certain venues, or he probably couldn't get opportunities because he had the word gunplay in his name. So he switched it. I mean, it's kind of like the Lotto, Mulatto thing. Lotto, the female rapper, she was known as Mulatto first, but the name Mulatto was holding her, it's a slur. So it was holding her back from certain opportunities. She fought against it. I'm never changing my name, until finally she realized that there's a ceiling above her until she decides to change the name. Certain institutions just don't want to be associated with that. Similarly with the word gunplay, but it's cool. Just dress it up as like, yo, Kendrick inspired you and all this, but whatever, right? And then finally on Lefty Gunplay, he shows up at the Kendrick Lamar GNX tour in LA, but they don't allow him on stage. He wants to perform the song with Kendrick. Kendrick don't even allow this dude on stage. You think, yo, Kendrick is in LA. All of his features on GNX are in LA. Kendrick knows his set list before he performs it. He don't even let some of these dudes on stage with him.
They won't let Lefty on the stage. They won't let Lefty on the stage. Hey, get crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious, crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious, crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious.
Yeah, that's his whole contribution to GNX. But by the way, I think Lefty Gunplay is those little 4 words, I think that did add to the TV off song, because we all say that part at the end like it's a hook, like it's a chorus. So Lefty Gunplay did contribute, you know what I mean? But yeah, they're not letting him on stage. They're not gonna let him on stage to perform, which is a little odd. Kendrick does his LA show. You got Lefty Gunplay standing here by himself, rapping the lyrics to his part in the song. Kendrick don't even want you on stage. Kendrick, why don't you want this dude on stage with you? I don't know. So anyway, that's Lefty. But what about Dodie 6, right? Hey now, say now. What about Dodie 6? Surely he is not embarrassing Kendrick Lamar and not taking advantage of this amazing opportunity on Kendrick Lamar's biggest album, probably one of the biggest rap albums we've had in the past 10, 15 years. Surely he is taking advantage of this. Dodie 6 and some rapper P4K get in heated dispute while in LA traffic. What we talking about?
I don't know if crash out is the word, mental breakdown.
That's how they started. Yo, Dodie 6, we don't know if he's crashing out. We don't know if he's having a mental breakdown. I want to send my condolences to Dodie 6. I don't know what's happening in his life. I'm making comments about the feature choices on GNX.
Dodie been going crazy recently.
It's bad.
So he ran where?
Look at their reactions to Dodie 6. They're like, yo, Dodie 6 been going crazy. Like everybody's just sitting there disappointed.
Breakdown. Just Dodie been going crazy recently. They were both in traffic and both recorded each other. Saw Dodie's footage first.
So Dodie 6, he's involved in street beef, continue to be involved in street beef. I can't speak on the guy's life. Maybe this is a constant in his life. What he has to do as a man, or what he feels he has to do, that's his prerogative. Again, I'm just making the commentary like I've been making about the feature choices. Kendrick selects Lefty Gunplay, who we already just talked about. Kendrick selects Dodie 6, a guy entangled in street beefs. Another guy who's gone, according to these guys on No Jumper, is off drugs. Kendrick selects these features. This is who I want to empower. This is who, by putting them on my album, I want more people to know about, and I want their message to spread.
Like for me, it's goofy. Like this is like goofy, top tier goofy activity. Like they both in traffic.
So y'all get the whole gist here. This is who is getting the golden alley-oop from Kendrick, right? I'm gonna make my point. I just wanna lay out all the evidence here, but I'm gonna make my point. And there's also Dodie 6. About a month ago, he said, yo, GNX song, the Hey Now, the feature didn't do anything for me. It changed nada.
Make 40s look bad. All right, so what? Nigga, I made it look so good for so many years. I've been from the hood like 12 years.
So the whole street situation seems to still be the most important thing in his life, not music. Again, this is the first time I've ever seen Kendrick sacrifice music. Instead of picking a good musician that fits his album the best, I don't know what type of decisions Kendrick Lamar was making when he picked the rap features. None of the rap features choices make sense at all.
I'm gonna beat their ass on a beat, and I'm gonna kill them in real life.
So yeah, this is a guy who is given the golden ticket from Kendrick, embroiled in street beef. So I'm not gonna say he's on drugs. I'm not putting that on people. The people who know him can say that, or people on No Jumper or closer to the situation. I'm not gonna put that on him. But yo, what is he promoting? Yo, I'm gonna kill him on a song, then I'm gonna kill them in real life. Kendrick said, yo, this is who I want on my album. This is who I want to, spreading the message on my album. And of course, Dodie 6 goes on the song Hey Now, and he's rapping about killing people. I'm gonna tag somebody toe, any, mini, money, mo, da-da-da. I'm gonna make my point. So we got the gist with Dodie 6. And let's do one more, shall we? Let's do Hitta J3, right? So I actually like that Hitta J3 is keeping it more music focused, but now he's doing something that it seems to be provoking something worse. He's going around, he's doing a diss records towards Joey Badass, cool. Everybody was throwing disses back and forth. But Hitta J3 is out here going to New York. Yo, I'm doing a diss song in your hood. Yo, I'm in Southside Jamaica, Queens. Yo, I'm on 50 Cent's block. I'm in the 40 projects. I'm out here. I'm in Brooklyn. I'm in Brownsville. Like, it seems like he's kind of antagonizing the whole situation. You know, Joey Badass went on the diss record and he said, yo, I want to lyrically spar with everybody. Let's have a lyrical spar. Hitta J3 responded by saying, basically, yeah, I'm pulling up on your block. The amount of stupidity that we are being exposed to, none of us would know about any of this stuff if it wasn't for Kendrick featuring these guys on his album. The amount of stupidity we are being exposed to is outrageous. And it's not something you would expect from Kendrick, who typically does not have this type of stuff on his album. Kendrick seems to always, or usually, put the music first. He's gonna make the musical choice, the choice that's best for the music. These GNX features, not only are they random, some of these guys are completely unknown. Some of these guys are just not good at rapping. And they're all pretty much, all the rap features, even on this title track, GNX, they're rapping about killing people. AZ Chike, rapping about killing people. TVR, rapping about killing people. Hey Now, rapping about killing people. All of this runs counter to what Kendrick was talking about on Watch the Party Die, right? And I've said this point before. We are being exposed to this degeneracy because Kendrick selected these guys. And it's not like these guys just turned degenerate after being on GNX. They were already like this. So when I said this in this video, I remember this video. This went viral. When I said this in this video, people looked at me like I was crazy. Let's go ahead and see what this guy got to say. You think AZ Chike is going to come and carry the reins for the West Coast? No. You think Lefty Gunplay is he's up next? No. Crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious. Like, now there are some people, you know, that I like from the West Coast that I think are talented. Now, why did I say that? Why did I point out the GNX features, like who's going to be next? Why am I looking at them like that? Because this is a perfect opportunity on GNX. It was a great opportunity for Kendrick. It would have been a prime opportunity to put someone on, a talented artist, musician from the West, to help put him on. Someone who's already talented, who already has the skill. Like how Kendrick was anointed King of the West by a group of his peers. This would have been a great time for Kendrick to put someone on who's already has a talent, who's already really good, like he was in 09, 2010, but then just give him that light. None of these rap features are that. None of them. None of these guys musically are of Kendrick's ilk. They're not album artists. They're not speaking a good message. They're not any of that. That's why I said this. Like they actually run counter to what Kendrick's talking about. The whole, yo, let's unite the gangs. Let's stop killing each other. Yo, why was Trayvon Martin killed in the street? Gang banging make me kill somebody blacker than me. They run counter to that message. It's just odd to me. Like X4, I think he has an interesting delivery. He has an interesting. So now on this part, I'm speaking more to the quality of the features. What I just spoke about now was the content of what these guys are talking about. But what I'm about to get into in this video, on this part, is the quality, right? Not only do these guys have bad messaging in their music that runs counter to Kendrick's music, their music is also just not good. So if you're gonna pick someone with terrible messaging who's making you look like a hypocrite because their messaging just doesn't align with what you talk about at all, it runs literally opposite to what you talk about. If you're gonna pick that type of person, how about they at least be good? How about they at least be known? How about they at least be known? It would make more sense as to why you picked them, right? So this is what I get into right here. West Coast that I think are talented, like X4, I think he has an interesting delivery. He has an interesting voice. Obviously, Draco the Ruler was the one who was next. Draco the Ruler was not even next. He was already on, but he was going to take that next step. Unfortunately, he passed away. Even Dodie 6, he has some songs that I like, but West Coast has an issue too. East Coast issue is they don't have an identity. They're wearing other people's clothes. They got somebody else's watch on. They got somebody else's shoes and socks. They're wearing somebody else's drawers. West Coast issue is we don't really have someone else to pass it to. Draco the Ruler was the one, to be honest, but he was He was too involved in like the street stuff. He couldn't shake it. And then a lot of those dudes who was, as are most of these features on GNX. I'm gonna continue. On the GNX album, they're also in the street stuff and they can't shake it. It's not even they can't shake. Yeah, they refuse to. They refuse to. Yeah, come on, man. You get this huge look. If you can't turn your life around off this look, you just don't want to. You're not that committed to it yet. If you're going to be a star on that next level, you got to be able to get past that. But again, I think it's just because maybe my expectations are too high. Now, believe it or not, this went viral and people were coming down on me like, oh, you're saying gang members can't be talented? Da-da-da-da. No, I literally gave you examples of gang members who I thought whose features would make more sense because at least the songs would be better. At least musically, it would have made more sense. You know, Draco the Ruler, even if you would have used a Draco the Ruler verse, posthumous verse on Hey Now, it will make more sense because Kendrick is using Draco's flow anyway. So musically, I could understand why if better features were picked, even if they were still spitting a garbage message. Here, there's none of that. Literally, I think Kendrick is just doing favors behind the scenes for people. But that's all I think this is. I don't think this is a musical choice, which is odd for me because I've never heard Kendrick like sacrifice the music to just help somebody out or to do something like that. And you know what people will say? Oh, these guys they just needed this chance from Kendrick. They needed the chance so they could then go and try to change their life. Do it seem like these GNX features is changing off of this for the most part? No. If you don't agree with what I'm saying, the only person you can hang on to and say, yo, he's gonna change the narrative is AZ Chike. That's the only way you can hang on to. Everyone else is literally, it's going exactly the way I thought it would. Do it look like Lefty Gunplay is changing off this, getting kicked off tour for being a self-admitted liability? Do it look like Dodie 6 is changing off this? Do it look like Hitta J3 is changing off this? Provoking street stuff? I mean, I'm not gonna say he's provoking it, but he's doing things that he knows could probably be taken a certain way. I'm pulling up to your city to shoot diss records. Like you taking it somewhere that the whole Joey Badass versus the West Coast thing, it's already over. To then go to New York to shoot the diss record, like it's like you trying to take it somewhere, it didn't even go that far. Everyone else released their diss records and they went along their merry way. It's like you're trying to push this into something further. So you know what people say? Oh, they just need the opportunity, change their life. They just need to, yo, if these dudes want to change their life, a lot of these guys is 30 going on 40 years old. Yo, you could have changed your life last week. You could have started going to church. You could have got a regular job. You could have started volunteering if you wanted to change your life. A lot of these people have kids. Yo, if the birth of your kid didn't inspire you to change your life, why the f would Kendrick Lamar inspire you to change your life? Think about it. Like, what do y'all be talking about? What do y'all be talking about? Then, you know, some people say, oh, you know, gangs, they started as community revolution groups and that's why the messaging is like that. It's the product of the environment. Bro, do you think the Nazis just started off killing people? No, the Nazis started off as an organization to try to help decrease unemployment, to get more food in people's houses. It was a socialist idea. They didn't just start out killing. But do it matter how they started? Does it matter how the Nazis started? No, because look what they did. Oh, this whole, the gang started as, you know, the Black Panthers. No, but what do they actually do today? Okay then. And this is a point that I said I was gonna get to the whole video. The whole critique that I have about GNX features, right, is that Kendrick putting these guys on is gonna do more harm than good. The idea that these guys need to be featured on Kendrick's album to change their life is foolish. These guys are not 15, 16, 17 years old. And even if they were, you have to make the choice to want to change. Have you ever tried to help somebody who's in the streets, help somebody who's on drugs, who's, you know, in a bad way? No matter how much you do, they have to want to change first. So if these guys weren't trending towards that direction of change before Kendrick, if the birth of their daughter or their son or their mom telling them, people dying around them, if none of that inspired them to change, why would being featured on a Kendrick album inspire them to change? What's gonna happen, and my whole point was, what's gonna happen is they're gonna get this feature on GNX. They already spread negativity and degeneracy already. They're gonna get the feature and it's gonna elevate their message of degeneracy. And that's what's happening. That's literally what's happening. Yeah, again, I don't be right about everything, but I'm right about this. These guys, by being featured on Kendrick's album, it's doing more harm than good. To the greater LA area, to the hip hop sphere, it's doing more harm than good. Now, I do hope that these guys get it together. Again, you guys see in this video, I'm not, yo, I let the no jumpers and all them, y'all can start accusing people of being on drugs. That's not what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna critique the music and how to, and observe how the music is affecting the greater picture. I've been saying this. I said this when I first saw those features on GNX. Why, number one, why these people? Then I hear what they rap about and I'm like, yeah, this ain't a good look. This ain't a good look. So anyway, this is what I've been saying, man. The people who've been watching my channel for months and months, y'all have heard me say this probably at least 7 times already. The one feature on GNX, the one rap feature, who you can hold on to and who actually looks like they're putting the streets on the backseat. Oh, like, okay, I got the Kendrick feature. This is a moment of a lifetime. I'm gonna put the street stuff, it's gotta go on the backseat. Obviously, I can't shake it all the way because of where I live, where I'm from, but we putting it on the backseat and we putting the music in the front seat for the time being. The one person who seems like they're doing that is AZ Chike. The rest of y'all is continuing to do what you've been doing, of course. Why would a Kendrick Lamar feature change that? This was someone, not y'all, you know, my loyal watchers and subscribers, but them niggas, this is what they thought, man. This is what people told me. So anyway, that's all I got for today. Yo, vehemently argue with me in the comments. I'm down for a debate on this. I'm down for a debate. I'm down for a good conversation. Top5rapwebsite.com. Peace.